Hello everyone, it's Nidhi here. In this video, we will install Docker, we will set up the Docker Hub account and will run some test images in a container. If you do not know about Docker, then you can refer my basic article on Docker, what is Docker and why we should use Docker. So let's start with this. We'll install the Docker on AWS EC2 instance. I already have one launch EC2 instance that I just launched. I'll just connect to this server. From Windows, I'll use the Windows bash to connect to the server. So let me just connect. I am on the server. After that, we have to run this sudo yum update command. This is good if if you run this command so that it will take all the system update, and then we will run this sudo yum install -y docker. This is the direct command to install docker on this EC2 instance. If you have other operating systems, then command might differ. So for that you can follow the official documentation of docker and follow the instructions as per that operating system. So here you can see that Docker is started, Docker is installed. Now we will start the Docker service. So for that the command is sudo service docker start, and you'll see this, right? And now you can check the status if it works or not. So let me just do that. Status. So as you can see that it is running, right? So Docker is running now. You can check the version of Docker also, what version it installed using Docker hyphen hyphen version. Okay. Now we will just run some sample command for some basic command of Docker. Like there is one command for Docker images just to make sure your installation is work properly or not. Okay. So here this is one command, and here you can see you will getting some permission denied error. This error is very common, and you will see lot of articles on this error people will see because they install the Docker and it is running. There is no issues, so they start working on Docker, and then they see, okay, why I'm getting this issue. So this is important. For this to fix this issue, what you have to do, you need to run this command. You need to make sure the user under which Docker is running, you need to add that user in the Docker group. So this is the command that you need to run for this. So let me just run it. Yeah, it runs. After that, if again I'll do the Docker images, I will again get the same issue. So what you have to do, you have to disconnect with this, and then you have to connect again. So that is one thing that you have to do with for this. So let me just go to my folder location where my key is present. So let me just go there, and this is the copy command. Let me just reconnect it again. So now if I run this Docker images, you see it works. Nothing is installed on this system, but it works. So that is one common error that most people see while they install the Docker first time. Okay, so we have installed the Docker successfully on our AWS EC2 instance. What is next? I just wanted to give brief about Docker images. What is Docker? Docker is all based on the Docker images. Docker image is a template with specific instructions for running your applications in a container, and it is an immutable file that you cannot change it, which contains all the instructions, everything, like how to get the code, source code, how to get the dependencies to compile the code, or any other files which are required to build and run your application. So just an example, if you need to run a Java container, so what you need to do, you can directly use the images which Docker has provided by the vendor for the Java, that you can directly use it. You don't need to install Java, get it from the internet, download it, and do all those stuff. No, image is already there. So that's why we call it as a template. It means it has everything. What you have to do, you have to just run it. We will see how we can run the Docker images and how we can run the containers in the next section. Let's start with Docker Hub. So now what is Docker Hub? I am talking about all the images and everything. So where these images are stored. If I say that you can use the Java images, but from where it is, right? So Docker Hub is a place where you can find all the images for any tool which is provided by the vendor directly. So basically for each tools like Jenkins, SonarCube, and any tool, the vendor who build that applications, they push their images in the Docker Hub so that anyone can use it directly. Like suppose if I want to run my Jenkins instance inside a container, then how I can do that, right? So for that, this is a Docker Hub account, and here if you'll see Jenkins, it is an official Jenkins image also. So Jenkins, CloudBees, the vendor of this Jenkins, they have provided this image and you can directly use it if you want to run Jenkins in a container. It has provided all the instructions. Simple. You have to just run this command and Jenkins will run on your system. So this is what is Docker Hub is, and where you is store all your images. Now by default, even if you don't sign up for this, you can get all the images, you can pull all the images. But so why there is a need to sign up for the Docker Hub? So when you are building an application, so for that, for your custom images, you need a place to store it, right? So that you can use those images in your CI CD pipelines, or it can be used across your teams. So you need that centralized location. So there are a lot of tools that people are using. Docker Hub is one of them. There are others. Even people uses Artifactory to store the images. You can store it anywhere. There are different kind of repository management tools that you can use, but Docker Hub is provided directly by the Docker, and pre- people prefer to use Docker Hub. Okay, so Docker Hub, and it's just a repository. Like I showed you, it's a repository where you can see all the images and where you can see the tags with all the tags basically. So it will provide a tags means the version. So if you have a specific requirement, you can have different versions of any particular tool, right? So this is what Docker Hub is. Now we understood this. Now we'll see how we can test our Docker installation. So we installed Docker, it is running, no issues. Now we will see how we can test Docker installation. So we will use Hello World image. So this Hello World image is also provided by the Docker Hub just to test your installation. So this is the Hello World example of Docker Hub, how it works. So what you have to do, you just have to pull it, right? So if you do the pull, it will just pull the images, but if you do the run, then it will run also. So we will just run the command just to make sure our Docker installation is working without any issues. So here you can see it pull the images, right? Pull complete. And now you are seeing that hello from Docker. This message means your installation is fine, there is no issues. Right now, if I'm just showing you, if I run the command again, you see here you don't get that pull images command, right? Because it is already installed on this machine. Like now if I do the Docker images, you see here I can see this image, it has installed with the latest version because we have not provided any version. So by default, it took the latest version. So this is how you can test your Docker installation, whether everything is working or not. So we did that. Now we will see how we can build our Docker images. So these are the some images that are directly present in Docker Hub. Then you can use it like this. This is just hello world, like the Jenkins, any other tool, you can directly use it. But now we will see how we can build our own image, build a Docker image. So for that, what you need basically, you need a Docker file. So to build an image, we need a Docker file with set of instructions as per your applications, right? So here I am just taking an example. I have created this repo Docker sample app, right? And this is my Docker file. I am using the Nginx container, like Nginx service. So I have put this from Nginx. Here you can have, so this Nginx, it is coming from the Docker Hub. So it is already there. I can show here. So if I go Nginx, so you can see Nginx is already there, that anybody can use it, right? So in my applications, I am running my container, and the main image, the base image is Nginx. After that, I am just copying one file and copying this HTML file. And at the end, I am running this wrapper.sh file, right? So what happened once this container will run, then you will see the sample image, sample response like hello world. Actually, what it is written here, this is being served from Docker container running Nginx. You will see this sample HTML file basically. Okay, so let's run this. Let's do this. So what I'll do first, I'll clone this repo. You can also try it on your system. So let me just clone this repo. So by default, uh, uh, in Git is not installed on the AWS instance. So I'll install the Git. After that, I'll just clone this repo. So let me just clone this. Okay, so it is cloned now. I can go there. Okay, so now we'll see how we can run it, right? So to build an image, Docker build is the is the syntax, hyphen T is the tag, and Nginx test is the name, hyphen T, and then you can put it in the name colon tag format, and you can directly provide the name without any tags, right? So my first image, if I run this first command, then it will, let me just run it. Okay, so it is running. As you can see that step one, it is taking from Nginx, it's pulled some images, right? And it copied it, and this is done. And if I show you Docker images, you can see my Nginx text and tag is the latest one because I have not put the tag name, anything. By default, it will take the latest. And here you can see Nginx. It automatically downloaded that image and put it in your system. Now we can just run like this also if you need to put the versions. So we'll just run it like this. Here you can see now I should be able to see two images. You can see Nginx with the latest version and Nginx with V1 version, right? Okay, so we are done with this. You can see two images. Now we will run the container. So let's run the container. So how you, so till now you have uh, pull the images and you build your image. So build is there, image is there now. Now we will run the container. So how you can run the container? Docker run, before we have just put the image name, but this is Nginx. I mean, it is serving on some port, right? So by default, Nginx runs on 80. We have provided the 4001. What that means? It is the port forwarding that is used to expose the container port on the host port. So now when you run this command, then you can access your Nginx service whenever it's up and running using 4001 because you map container port is 80 and your host port is 4001. So you need to make sure one thing also, that the port which you are using here 4001, it should not be used by any other container. If that is the case, then you will see the bind error. Port is already allocated. Like I was using 4000 and it is being used by another service also. So I got this error, right? So you make sure that the port which you are using is not being used by anything else. Okay. So let me just run this. Okay. So I am running it and you can see the Nginx is running. So when you see this prompt, it means it is running in attach mode, right? The container will exit as soon as I close this from here. I close this prompt. And if I just do the control C, then container will get lost, your applications, because it is running in attach mode. That is means, that is the meaning of attach mode, right? So we'll do the control C. Mm, okay. So what happened? Yeah. Okay. And this is the Docker PS command that is used to show all the available containers which are running right now. Okay, so right now you can see that no container is running. So let's move. Now we will run the container in detached mode, because till now we have just run the container. Okay, it is working, but we are not able to access the URL because it was running in attached mode. You can open the new session and then run it, but obviously that would not be helpful. So we will run the container in detached mode. For that, you have to use the hyphen D, right? You have to do the hyphen D. That means it is running in the detached mode. So let me just run this now. Now you can see that it exits and it is running now. So I can show you Docker PS. Now you can see that this is running Nginx stack, and here you can see the port forwarding 4001/80, right? Okay. Now, to just see whether it works or not, you can do the curl http/localhost and 4001. You should be able to see that HTML page, right? Here I showed you that. So using curl, you should be able to see this. You can also browse it on the internet also. So I'll just show that also. So this is my instance. What you need to make sure, if I try just now, then I won't be able to launch it because of the security groups. Nothing is open for this EC2 instance. So what I have to do, I'll go to security groups. This is my security group. I need to edit my inbound rules. I'll add the new rule, the custom TCP for port 4001, right? Because my application is hosted on this port. So let me just save it. Now, if I try to access it, you can see the hello Docker. This is being served. So this means that you are able to run your image in a container and can access it on the browser also. Okay. So till now, we were able to build the image and we can run it as a container also. Now, how you will share it, right? That is the concept of the Docker, that every everybody can use the same template. They don't have to configure anything on their machine. That is the main concept here. So for that, what we will do, we will push the image in the Docker Hub. So for that, what you have to do, you need to log in. So you log in, Docker login. It will ask your username password. You will provide your username password. Login succeeded, right? After that, you need to tag it, Docker tag Nginx test. Okay, let me just copy it. So this is important, this Nikhil Nidhi. So this is my user account basically. So you need to make sure that whatever is yours, you need to tag your image with that. And after that, you should be able to push it. So let me just push the image. Okay, so yeah, this push works. The push refers to, you can see that this pushed successfully. The image is pushed. Now you can actually just pull your image also like this, Docker pull, right? You should be able to, image is up to date for this. And here also I can show you, if I go to my repositories, you should be able to see this, because I already did work, so you don't see any changes there, but this is the image that people can use directly, right? This is for me. If you do the public view, like if anybody wants to use it, they can just use it like this. They might have to put the version number because I have not pushed the latest one. And anybody can just run it like this, Docker run hyphen p 4080. So now if I just do that, let me just do this, if this works or not. Run a command in a container. Okay. Yeah, so you may need to provide, actually you need to provide the image also, like the same command basically which I am working on it like that. You need to do this and it will run. I can just show you. So this will, yeah, you got this error, port is already allocated because I am already running this container, because this container is already running like that, right? So yeah, so yeah, so this is This is how you can install the Docker. This is how you can set up the Docker Hub account, and how you can customize, build your image and push it to the Docker Hub. Thank you.